Hey, what is up, fellas? It's Russell here. Today I wanted to talk about The Giant, and any potential problems there may be with it, because Der Riese, it's a good map, it is really good. There's a couple of things I don't like about it, but the majority of my problems actually come from the Black Ops 1 version, the port of it. It's not actually like the greatest port ever, along with the other World at War ones, but Der Riese in Black Ops 1 has most of the problems. So I only wanted to talk about a couple of them today that I hope would get fixed. Because The Giant is being remade, but I'm sure they're going to port some of it, like the base map, over and then work on it from there. I don't know if they're going to remake it completely from scratch. So I'm hoping if, like, when they port it over, because they did this with Nuketown as well, like, I imagine they just ported it over and then just worked on it from there. You know, I hope when they port it over, they can go through these problems and just fix them. So the major one is Beauty of Annihilation. Now, it's a great song, it's one of my favourite Elena Siegman songs, but in the Black Ops version, it cuts off suddenly before the song even ends. And it's not just a problem with, like, my game, it's like a common problem. You know, I love music, and the music in the games get me pumped up, so to have it cut off suddenly and just pisses me off to no end. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's what it sounds like on the PS3. And it's the same on PC as well. So I have no idea what's going on and why it just cuts off suddenly. But I would hope, you know, I'm imagining they're going to have Beauty of Annihilation or some alternate arrangement version of it for The Giant, that I would hope that it doesn't just cut off. Probably won't, because, you know, as I said, it's not going to be a complete just port like the Black Ops 1 was. It's going to be like an actual remake, new map basically, so I'm confident this one will get done properly, but I just wanted to point it out. Now, my second one is to do with the Flytrap Easter egg. Now, I imagine with The Giant they're going to expand on it greatly and actually give Der Riese like a full-fledged Easter egg, which would be so cool. With the World at War and Black Ops 1, you know, they just kept it short, it's just a couple of steps, that's pretty simple. The problem though with the Black Ops one is you can't see one of the bears unless you're actually looking through a sniper. But you didn't need to in World at War. Like, for some reason, it's like a graphical glitch. You know, you're going to see footage now of like the World at War and Black Ops 1 versions. You know, you can see it clearly in the World at War 1, you can't on the Black Ops 1 version. And I don't know why. Like, you zoom in on the Black Ops 1 version, you see it, you zoom out, you don't. I don't know, it's a little weird, honestly, that it does that. But that problem doesn't happen with the other Teddy, with the Juggernog and the Colt, or the Monkey Bomb and the Furnace. It only happens with that. So yeah, I just hope, like, with the Flytrap Easter egg in The Giant, whether it's continued on or just left as it is, I would hope they'd fix that bear problem. Now, one change I want to see that's completely my opinion is I want them to, for at least The Giant, I want the Pack-a-Punch logo design to go back to how it was in World at War. In Black Ops 1, they changed the diamonds into squares, or it's vice versa or whatever. I can understand why. They obviously did a new design for Kino and that, and then they ported over the old World at War maps, and then they just decided, you know, we'll just use that new model design instead of just porting in the old model, you know, waste of space, we'll just use a new one. You know, that I completely understand that, but for The Giant, at least give it that classic diamond symbol around the words. I just think it looks so much cooler, honestly. But yeah, that's just a little small thing. Now, the last one isn't a bug, but it's a design choice, I'm pretty sure. With Black Ops, they altered some of the spawning mechanics, and I don't know if it was like this in World at War, but in Black Ops 1 it's like a grid-based layout. Like, if you're in a certain area, only zombies will spawn here and all that. And with the way doors work, you can actually control, like, the spawns basically. One of the infamous locations is the room next to Double Tap above the Thompson, before Teleporter B. Now, if you actually went the Juggernog way to get to power and you didn't open up any of the barriers in this room, you can actually have the zombies only come to two windows, which is the one in this room and the one right outside it, not next to Double Tap, but opposite it, basically. But in Black Ops 1, they will only ever come to the window in this room. So it kind of makes it for a fun little camping challenge. If 4 people want to just wait in that room, they won't ever come into that room as long as you've got those barriers there and you don't step outside that room. Now again, this isn't a bad thing, it really depends on what you want. So I like being able to do the one window thing. In World at War you can't do it unless you've got another person watching you back, or you've got some bouncing betties to do that. But the main point is they changed it up, and it can screw up any strategies or whatever you want. And I'm not really sure why I'm kind of making this point, honestly. Like, it's not a bad point, it's not a good point, it's just a design choice. I don't want to say keep it exactly the same, because then it's just a port like the Black Ops one. I guess my only problem with it is just it changes strategies up when like you've got all these things in one version and then like you get the port in the next version, and they've changed like the spawning system of it around. But yeah, it's not something I exactly want changed, it's just something I wanted to point out just for people to keep in mind. But I do want the first two problems, the Beauty of Annihilation cutoff and the Fly Trap Easter egg graphical glitch, I want those fixed, definitely. I have a feeling they will, but, you know, these things can happen. But yeah, rock on guys, I will see you later. Cheers.